Hi everyone, welcome to the Masterclass channel. So in this lecture, we will learn to direct form 2 structure. So in previous video, I posted direct form 1. Okay. So now in this lecture, we will learn to direct form 2. How to construct the realization of the difference equation by using direct form 2. So why we go for direct form 2 from direct form 1? So this is the first question I should ask you. Yeah, because in direct form 2, the number of delay elements is reduced when compared to direct form 1. So it means in direct form 2, it requires only the less memory. But direct form 1, it requires more memory. So this is the main reason we go for direct form 1 to direct form 2 structure. So look at this slide. So here in direct form 2, no need to store the same data twice in the previous system. So this is the first condition. You don't need to store your same data. So we can collapse the delay elements into one chain. This is called direct form 2, or we may call it as canonical form. Okay, canonical and non-canonical form. Number of delay which is equal to number of order of the difference equation. That is what we call it as canonical form. Okay, so theoretically there is no difference between direct form 1 and 2, but implementation wise we face the difference. That is less memory and difference when using the finite precision arithmetic algorithm, right? So look at the diagram. So this is your direct form realization general structure, but here the beauty is here the common delay element should be connected between the two different systems. So these two systems, it will share the common delay elements. So Z inverse like this. So what will happen? So number of delay elements can be reduced. In previous slide, direct form 1, look at the previous slide. So direct form 1, H1 of Z, it can consist of delay elements. H1 of Z have consist of separate delay elements. So both are having separate delay elements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, etc. But this number of delay elements can be reduced by direct form 2. Look at the structure. So totally it will be different. Okay. Next, one more thing is here you interchange the system transfer function. First you have to realize the H1 of Z and then realize the H2 of Z. Then when you combine these two, okay, you will see the common delay elements. You reduce the one portion of the delay elements and you have to take common delay elements, and this delay elements will be shared to both system transfer function. Okay, look at this diagram. This B0, B1, Bn minus 1, Bn, this is the numerator portion of your system transfer function. A0, A1, here there is no A0 because it starts from A1 only, 1 minus A1 only. So this is the denominator term, that is poles of the system. These poles of the system can be written as represented in terms of left hand side portion. Okay, this is your common delay element, right? So from right to left, you have to take the positive symbols B1, B2, Bn like this. So here from right to left, A1, A2. Okay. Next, we move on to this is general structure. Let us see how the structure will be coming. So for your convent, I will give one more direct form 1 structure. Okay. See, first H1 of Z. This is your H1 of Z, right? This portion is H2 of Z. I take the pen. Okay. So I split up into two parts. H1 of Z and this one H1, H2 of Z. Okay. So here it means this portion it represents as numerator term. Okay, B dot Z for K is the numerator, that is zeros of the system. This portion it represents poles of the system. 1 minus summation term now. This is force of the system, right? Look at this expression here. This is your dummy output. For first system, it required dummy output because in this system it required only the have the B naught constant term dk into xk, z power minus k, along with the input signal. Okay, so there is no output, actual output y of n. So I introduce some variable that is v of n. Assumption is v of n, or we may take down w of n. This is your dummy output variable for first system. Okay, now this one it can act as a given as an input to the second subtransfer function, that is h2 of z. Okay, so here the output is actual output is y of n, but there is no other input corresponding actual input. X of n is not coming here. Instead of x of n, we have only the v of n term will be coming here in the expression. Okay, so v of n is now given as input to the second system transfer function, right? So the delay limits, look at the delay limits. So from left hand side to x of n, all the delay limits comes along with x of n. So I put here left hand side. The block should be put multiplied with here in this area. But here numerator term, here the delay limits comes along with the output side. So I take pickup node here. Okay, the direction of multiplier term is for numerator, it starts from left to right side. For denominator term, it starts from right to left side. So this is the difference. Okay, now once you draw this diagram, you just combine these two blocks, you can get the original structure, that is direct form 1 structure. Okay, see direct form 2. So the difference, look at the difference. Okay, first I construct this portion h2 of z. It means this portion force of the system will comes at here in this area. Okay, what will happen here? Also delay elements blocks, here also we have delay element blocks. Okay, when we bring up this whole block, okay, brought up this block and pasted it here, what will happen? So this is the one more, all the delay elements will comes here. So already we have one more delay elements. Okay, so I just combine this 4 delay elements. Okay, instead of all delay elements, I take it as common delay element. Okay, look at the slide. Instead of this, I take common delay element. Okay, so left hand side. So now your v of n or w of n is common for both sides, both transfer function. So now your a naught, that is a1, a2, an, n minus 1 comes at the left hand side, and b naught, b1 comes at the right hand side. So this is the structure for direct form 2. So automatically what will happen? So number of delay element is reduced. So it requires only the less memory. So okay, so this is the difference advantages we go for direct form 2. Okay, so this is the structure for IAR system, that is cascade form. So in cascade form, this is the third form. Okay, but in cascade form, here we follow the direct form 2 method only. But there is one difference. That is, the number of system transfer function is connected in series. Okay, for example, if we draw h1 of z block, this one. Okay, this is h1 of z. Okay, is connected with another subtransfer function, that is h2 of z. Series multiply with another one, h3 of z, etc. Applying the input is here x of z. Original output is y of z. So this is the way you have to construct the cascade form structure. Okay. So here, general form of cascade implementation. Now you are going to implement your system. This is your general form. H of z equal to a into pi integral. Okay, pi integral of k to k equal to 1 to m1. It means it consists of equal power. The numerator power and denominator power should be equal here. Okay, that is what pi integral. So 1 minus fk z inverse. Again, one more pi integral k equal to 1 to m2. Second transformation. 1 minus gk z inverse and 1 minus gk star z inverse. Okay, whole divided by say, folds of the terms. 1 minus ck, and here 1 minus dk into 1 minus dk star a. So the general formula is here h of z, which is equal to, when you simplify, you can get like this. So pi integral of k equal to 1 to m1 bk b0k b1k minus b2k z power minus 2. Here 1 minus a1 z inverse minus a2 z power minus 2. Okay. So here look at this more practical second order system. So this is a second order system. So second order means canonical system. Canonical means number of delay elements is equal to number of order of the system. So here highest order is 2. So it consists of 2 delay elements. So first portion, look at the first portion. First portion, I draw one single straight line here. Okay. And add delay element here, z inverse and z inverse. Okay. Then this is portion is x of m, this one is y of n. Just consider y of n. Now you add delay element in this bar. So in this portion, you add the delay element, first delay element and second delay element. Okay. So first left hand side, right hand side, you have to consider numerator system. That is here numerator system, it consists of b0. So I put here b0, then b11, then b21. So for second error, I write on here k varies between 1 to 2. K equal to 2 means you expand this expansion, you can get like this: b01, b11, b21. Okay, so I draw like this constant multiplier. Then you add the one adder blocks here. Okay, this single node is represented as nothing but adder block. Okay, you add one adder block. Here you add these 2 blocks, and finally you add with along with the b01. So here one more adder blocks. Okay, this is your y1 of n. So what about denominator? That is Pohl's term. So Pohl's term is 1 minus. So 1 into x of n. So x of n will come here straight away. So here this is nothing but 1. So delay elements, you add 2 delay elements. So here you put z inverse. First is z inverse. Multiply with minus a11. So here we have minus means from right to left it will become change the sign. So it become plus. So here also a21. Okay. So automatically change the sign. From right to left means we change the sign. Okay, a1, a21. Right. So this is where you have to construct the cascade form structure for what single transfer function. Similar for subtransfer function. Finally, you all connected. That is connected, joined all the transfer function in series order. That is cascade manner. Okay. So now here you can get W output. That is in this question you have W1 of n. So for this system you add W2. For this system you add W3. Okay. But our actual output is y of n. Actual input is x of n. These two will be you focus on it for cascade form structure. Okay. So this is the easiest way to construct the any cascade form structure. Okay. You see, just you draw one single straight line, and middle part you draw. Depend upon the delay element, you add box. Here so for 2 second order delay element, add 2 delay element z inverse and one more z inverse. Okay, so I connect like this, right? For numerator portion, here it represents b11, b01, b11, b12. So I put here first thing is b theorem of b01. Okay, so second thing is b11, and third portion is b12. Okay, we need to connect, add these 3 values. So I put here added element. So I put added element. So I added these 2 signals first, and then these 2 signal output will be added with the first one. So I add one more delay element, added element. So I join together. So now this is your output y of n. Okay, the numerator portion will be over. So denominator portion, here it consists of delay element. So I take the pick-up node from here and also here. So now in this portion it represents here minus a11. So now it became plus a1. Plus a1. So here minus a21. So I put here plus a21. So change the sign. Okay. For this you add these 2 delay elements. So I put here plus. Okay. Only add elements are available, not subtraction. So for add element here you have minus. So that's why I change the sign here. Okay, then instead of this, here you add one more adder block. Okay, so this is your input signal. Here x of n, here y of n. This is where you have to construct the direct cascade form structure for one transfer function. Suppose if you have number of, you can get the number of transfer function, you draw like this, and finally brought up into connected in cascade manner. Okay, you can get the original block diagram. Right, this is a cascade form structure. See, for example, I will give one example here. So here h of z equal to 1 plus 2 z inverse plus z power minus 2 divided by 1 minus 0.75 z inverse plus 0.125 z power minus 2. Here, order power highest order is here 2, here also 2. Okay, but in cascade structure, when I split up the subtransfer function, okay, you focus on both numerator part and denominator part order is equal. Then only your diagram become it look like good. Okay, you feel very good. So I split up like this. So this is the second order delay limit. Now when I simplify this expression, z power minus 2 plus 2 z inverse plus 1, when I expand this, simplify this expansion, I can get 1 plus z inverse into 1 plus z inverse. Second order differential equation. Now I split up like this. So for this denominator term, I can get 1 minus 0.5 into 1 minus 0.25. Yeah, you all know about this, no? How to reduce this second order into partial differential function. That is single order to first order. First single two order can be reduced into two first order. So here also to second order, it will be reduced into two first order term. Okay, now I split up like this. Okay, first this portion we will take it as a h1 of z. So this remaining portion it will consider as a h2 of z. Okay, so h1 of z. First draw this diagram. Right, 1 plus z inverse. So 1 plus z inverse divided by 1 minus 0.5 z inverse. Okay, so first have to draw like this. Right, first 1 plus z inverse. For direct form structure, one structure, how to draw this direct form one structure? See, first you draw one single straight line x of n. For numerator part, left hand side, start from left hand side. So first one is 1 will be coming here, plus z inverse. So add one delay limit block here, that is z inverse block. So you have to add here. So here one adder element, here one adder element. So this 0 O circle it represents adder blocks. Okay, so instead of this you have to put adder symbol. It's more look clear. Okay, only use this arrowhead only use for multiplicator. Don't put it as delay limit. So instead of delay limit you put one square bracket and use like this. Okay, we just change the diagram, replace by using this two blocks, three blocks, right? Next numerator part is over. Denominator part is 1 minus 0.5 z inverse. Like a same thing only. You just forget this portion. Okay, draw one single straight line. So 1. Numerator part is always coming at from right to left portion, isn't it? So our delay limit is coming at right hand side. So here you put delay limit and constant multiply is here minus 0.5. Now it become plus 0.5. Change the sign. Okay, plus 0.5. So added here. So now these two blocks will be connected together. You can get this h1 of z. First portion will coming out. So similarly for second one. So first second one is what? 1 plus z inverse. Likewise, to draw one single straight line. Your z inverse coming along with x of n. So I put here x of n block. Okay. Here coefficient is 1. So I put here 1 as a constant multiplier. So here one adder element. Here one, another one adder element. Okay. Here one adder element, here another one adder element. This is first portion is over. Next is second one. So 1 minus part, denominator part. So from right to left hand side. So delay limit comes at the right hand side. So z inverse. Constant matrix minus 0.25. Now it became plus 0.25. So we added together. So here we have one more adder element. So for this you add connected with one more. Okay. Now with simply you join all these two system transfer function, you can get the direct form structure, cascade of direct form one substructure. Okay, so this is a cascade form of direct form one structure. Okay, now subsection by using direct form 2. So first you consider this portion alone. Okay, first you consider this portion. What will happen? First you draw this diagram. Okay, now you bring out this system function here. Okay, now we connect it with here. Here it consists of one delay element. and in this part also it consists of another delay element. So instead of 2, you connect one delay element. It's enough. Okay, so I put here one delay element. Okay, remain and all say. So look at this question. Here 1, here 1. Here when we comes at this side, it became 1 and 0.5. So 1 and 0.5. Okay, so this is what direct form 2. Similarly for this question. Now this subtransfer first is comes at in this area. Now we have two delay elements. Instead of two delay, you add one delay instead of. Okay. So now in this area it consists of 1 and 0.25. Okay, if this portion will coming at this side, left hand side. So here I put here 1.25. Next right hand side you have 1 and 1. So 1 and 1. So now to add these two, we can get the cascade form of direct form 2 section. So this is the difference between cascade form of direct form 1 and cascade form of direct form 2. Okay. Now we move on to parallel form structure. Last fourth form is parallel form structure. Okay. So in parallel form, see how to represent the parallel form using the partial function expression. Okay. Previous and we just split up into two subtransfer function. Okay. The ratio of output by output of the system to input of the system. Okay. Assign some dummy output variable for your system. But here the trick is using the partial fraction. Okay, you all know about the partial fraction. So this is a partial fraction expansion. Okay, so this is a general form of partial fraction expansion of transfer function. So how it look like? So this is equal to C term plus summation of transfer function H1 by H2. Okay, it means C1 plus H1 of Z, H2 of Z. Look at it here. This is a C1. Okay, this is a C1. So this block it represents H1 of Z. This is your another system transfer function. Then this is your third system transfer function. Okay, H1, H2, H2. These three will be connected in parallel combination. That is what we call it as parallel. So parallel means input should be common for all the transfer function. Okay, so X of n will be common for all the transfer functions. So H1, H2, H3, and also for constant multiplier. Output is you can get the collected output from summing up of the all the three system transfer functions. So 1, 2, 3. So here you add the adder element. Okay, now this is your I of n. So this is the way you have to realize your parallel form structure. Okay, so when you want to compute realize your system by using parallel form means you using the partial fraction expansion. So your general diagram became like this: C1, then first transfer function, H2 second transfer, third like this. Depending on the order, it will get increases. Okay, but input should be given as common for all the system transfer, and finally we can collect all the output from each transfer function. Okay, by using the adder blocks. Okay, this is what we have to construct the parallel form structure. Okay, for example, I'll give you the example partial fraction expansion. H of z equal to same problem only, but using partial. But previous form using the second order differential equation, that is quadratic formula can be used. Okay, you can easily reduce the expansion. But partial fraction means, see, look at this expression c plus h of z like this. Okay, so using this equation. So for example, take that this one is numerator term, this one is considered as a denominator term, and you put coefficient like this. Okay, this one is numerator part, this is a coefficient part. You add like this. When you substitute this condition, this one is quotient, then you can get the remainder part. So divided remainder part divided by this one. Okay, so this element plus remainder by quadrant part. So this is how we can get like this. Okay, so 8 plus 18 divided by 1 minus 0.5 is that inverse. Okay, you solve this. If you have any doubt, I will solve this problem and I will repost it in our next video. Okay, so 8 plus 18 divided by 1 minus 0.5 is that inverse, or you may using the calc also easily. Okay, now first portion. Look at the first portion. First 8. So it's put up into 8. So for this transfer function, that is 18 into 1 minus 0.5, no, minus 0.25. So listen, how it will be happen. So this is the structure h of n. So first 8. So I put here, this is not 8, this is 8, I think. Okay, so 8 numerator part over. The denominator part 1 minus 0.5 z inverse. Okay, 1 divided by 0.5 resemblance. Here 0.1 to 0.75, then 0.125. So 0.75, 0.125. Here you have 1. Left hand side equally down. So right hand side you have 1 and 8 only, -1 and -8. So this is the H1 of Z. Okay. So now you come except is given as a common to both system, and finally you can collect the output from this portion. This is your Y of A. Okay. So this is what parallel form combination. So combination pole like this. So for example, if you write down like this, 8 plus you can get combined poles, you can get -1 plus 8 is inverse. It means these are all the term is by using the partial fraction method, you realize it, this expression. -1 plus 8 is inverse divided by 1 minus 0.75 plus 0.25. You look at this expression. Okay, so 8 it will come in here. Okay, -7 and -8 is inverse coming here. This is numerator portion. So this one is for the denominator portion. I realize like this. Okay, so if this H1 of Z is pasted like this. For C1, I put above part. Okay, then you combine the I combine these two portion. Okay, along with the added element given as input is X of n. You can get the output is Y of n. Okay, this one is count for realize this structure. Okay, so H1 of Z 18 divided by 1 minus 0.5 Z inverse. So this portion. Okay, this is for H1 of Z. Next, this portion represents for H2 of Z, this area. Okay, so X of n is common for all the three functions. So finally, you can collect the output by using the adder element. Okay, so Y of n. So easiest method only. First thing is you have to apply the partial fraction expression for given system transformation and write down the expression like in this format: C plus H1 of Z plus H2 of Z like this. Okay, then you can easily construct the diagram. Parallel form structure is where it becomes very easy problem. Okay, this is a transposed form. Another form is transposed form. So linear signal flow graph having the one more property, that is transposed property. So here transposing means it doesn't change the input and the output relation. If you transpose the structure, okay, there is no affect your entire system. Okay, simply the structure only will be get transformed, but it will never affect your input and output relation. Okay, transposing means first reverse the direction of all branches. Again, get this is the first portion, and second thing is interchange your input and output will be interchanged. Look at this structure. So here X of n, here Y of n. This is the general direct form one structure for this system function. How to draw this diagram? First consider the denominator term 1 minus A Z inverse. So draw one single straight line. Okay, poles, where the poles, pole of the system will coming at right, left and right hand side. So your delay limit is just come at the output of the YT line. So I put here Z inverse. Then yeah, constant material is A. So add one adder block here. Okay, this circle it represent adder. Okay, join together to get the direct form one structure. Okay, now I am going to reconstruct this structure by using the transposed form method. Okay, first thing is reverse the direction of all branches. Okay, here look at this direction. All this start from left to right, but I reverse the direction right to left. It became right to left. Then one more thing is here top to bottom. Now it became bottom to top. So here right to left. So it became left to right. Next, one more thing is interchange the input and output. So now this Y of n will coming at this portion, X of n will coming at this portion. Okay, similar way, simple way. Okay, so this is what that transposed form. Okay, for example, consider this structure. This is the direct form 2 structure. Okay, I am going to transpose this form. Okay, I simply first step is interchange the direction. Okay, interchange the direction, and second thing is interchange the input and the output form. Y of n coming in this direction, X of n coming into this direction. Okay, then both having the same system transformation or different equation. Both are same only. Okay. Next, basic structure for FIR system, direct form 1. So this transpose structures will coming at FIR, but direct form 1, direct form 2, cascade, parallel, these are all coming at the IAR structure. Okay, so this is the direct form 2 structure, EF form of direct form structure. So it consists of transpose of direct form 1, which gives the direct form 2. Both forms are equal for FIR system because here there is no split up direct form 1 and direct form 2 here. But in FIR, simply you call this direct form structure alone. Okay, and then we have tapped delay lines, right? Both forms are equal for FIR system only. Okay, so this is a special case for the AR structure for a direct form structure, XFN and YFN. Okay, this is a polynomial expansion, right? B naught. This and all we will see in the next upcoming video. Okay, so in this video we are going to do we are learn direct form 1, direct form 2, cascade and parallel for IER system. So next video we are updating the same structure for FER system. Okay, so keep on watching this channel, master channel. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.